Ladies and gentlemen, in this modern era, all of us surely have something that they carry everywhere in every single time. And of course, that is phone. Ladies and gentlemen, we surely play with our phone every single day, and me either. Yesterday, when I randomly scrolled my phone, I found something surprising. I found data from BPS. Data from BPS shows the amount of our teenagers in 2025. And the amount of our teenagers right now is 65 millions. Scarcely in Indonesia, 1 per 5 people are teenagers. It means our country's future depends on this huge amount. But have you ever seen teenager fighting on the street? Or maybe do you have a friend who can't control their desire to play with their phone? Even just for 1 minute. This is not something usual. It's something deeper, something alarming. And it's not only important, it's urgent. This is what we call youth moral degradation. I'm Sulthan Asla Razan. I'm the representative of Indonesia Youth. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, youth moral degradation means the decrease of moral values, the erosion of the ethics, and weakening principles which guide human behavior. And it's happened when discipline, kindness, and honesty are replaced by selfishness, violence, and irresponsible. And unfortunately, the evidence are clear. In 2024, National Narcotics Board reports that 2.5 million teenagers in Indonesia have tried illegal drugs. It's huge amount. Even people who live in this beloved city, in this beloved regency, is not reached 1 million. Moreover, in 2023, UNICEF survey shows that 40.9% teenagers in Indonesia have experienced bullying, whether it's physical or verbal bullying, whether it's online bullying or bullying in real life. Moreover, according to APCII, Asosiasi Penyelenggara Jasa Internet Indonesia, 99.6% teenagers in Indonesia have average daily screen time more than 6 hours. And this one is not can lead to inappropriate habit. Yes, it can lead to appropriate habit, but it's also can lead to juvenile delinquency. Ladies and gentlemen, our teenager is not that clever to filter what they watch in social media, knowing there's a lot of negative content in social media. There's a lot of negative content in social media. For example, negative content which have slogan that invites riot. For example, Sherlock tak barani mas, Jode perempatan, or maybe the other immoral trends which it's immoral slogan. For example, selain donatur dilarang atur, and something else. Even though it is, we still commonly heard about news of teenagers who fight in a brawl. The most popular one is what oftenly happened in Yogyakarta. We used to call it klite. A group of students fight in a brawl. They fight with sickle, they fight with knife, they fight with sword, and something else. This is not juvenile delinquency anymore. This is a crime. So, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that youth needs to know is not everything viral is valuable. I want all of you here to say it twice. Not everything viral is valuable. Not everything viral is valuable. Thank you. So, who should we blame in these cases? Of course, these cases didn't happen in an overnight. It happens because of many reasons. But the main reasons are: first reason, the role of family that is not maximal. Family without love, family without guidance, family without protection can result in disobedience children. The parents must guide their children as good as possible. And the greatest way to guide the children is the parents must do something good in advance. So their children will imitate them because the children tends to do something that their parents do rather than do something that their parents say. The second one, peer pressure. Mostly our teenager just living their life like a water flows in the river. Our teenagers scared for being judged, for being mocked by the other teenagers if they are different. I will give you one instance. If there's a one teenager who is not smoking at all, in a group of teenagers who are the chain smoker, so the one teenager who is not smoking at all will be the chain smokers. So, ladies and gentlemen, we as parents, we as teachers must teach them how to control themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, and in this moment, our authorities also must provide platforms for creativity, for example, like arts, sport, even community services. Because teenagers who are busy creating will not busy destroying. For instance, Rich Brian. Rich Brian used kitchen in a good way. Rich Brian will not doing something vandalism because he is busy with his career, he is busy with his music, and etc. So, ladies and gentlemen, the consequences are clear. For short term, it can lead to bullying, it can lead to broken friendship, it can lead to violence. But for long term consequences, it can shape generations that is related to corruption. It can lead to irresponsible leadership, and it can lead this nation lose its dignity and its values. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's prove that we are teenagers will not rock the world by violence, but will rock the world by values. As one Sukarno said, give me 1,000 old men and I will pluck Mount Meru, but give me 10 youth and I will rock this whole world. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.